The Baltimore Ravens signed Derrick Henry to a 2-year, $20 million deal. So today, we are gonna rebuild the Baltimore Ravens with Derrick Henry. And this might be the scariest backfield I have ever seen. And this might be one of the most fun, realistic rebuilds I am ever gonna do. This should be the most unstoppable run game of all time. But this roster definitely isn't perfect. So we are gonna have some work to do here today. And we are gonna see how good we can make this Ravens team in the next few seasons. But like I said, I'm super excited to get into this, so I'm gonna keep this intro as short as I can. If you enjoyed today's video, let's see if we can get to 3,000 likes. Because if we do, I will do another free agent themed rebuild. There's probably a better way for me to explain that, but you know what I mean. A free agent signing themed rebuild like this one. I did Kirk on the Falcons yesterday. Go watch that after this if you want to. It was a lot of fun. We made him very good. But yeah, 3,000 likes and I'll do another one of these. And subscribe for more because there's going to be a ton like this coming up soon. And then we'll get back into draft, themed rebuilds, and all that kind of stuff. And we are super close to 50K. We've been growing really quick lately, so subscribe for more. And no shout out for this one, but let me know down in the comments any rebuild ideas y'all have. Could be one of the recent signings. That's probably what most of them are going to be. So let me know if there's one you want to see, because if I use your suggestion, I'll give you a shout out. Actually, I lied. I'll give a shout out to Third Rhombus for the suggestion of this video. They were the first to suggest it looks like, at least. But yeah, again, just let me know any fun rebuild ideas y'all have down below. But without further ado, let's get into the offseason. Okay, well, for some reason, the Ravens just traded Morgan Moses to the Jets. Of course, the Ravens start doing moves after I set this up. I don't know, Morgan Moses was pretty damn good. But apparently it's a 4th pick swap and then they get a 6th. So we're not gonna have a right tackle now. I guess he's older, but he's good. I don't know, that must free up a lot of cap or something. But we are gonna be a little boring in free agency. The Ravens just don't have a ton of cap in real life. We have more here than they actually do. We'll just try to re-sign Kevin Zeitler. I mean, he's been pretty good for them. And we don't really have the best guard situation if we don't have him. I mean, I do like Andrew Voorhees, but that's just a projection more than anything. So let's see if we can get Kevin Zeitler back. And it looks like we do. Okay, cool. But let's get to the draft. But here in the draft, there are still some pretty good players available at pick 30. Ooh, Jordan Morgan's here. I do like Jordan Morgan, I'm not gonna lie. Someone I haven't really seen mocked to them, but would be a pretty good fit, especially now with them trading Morgan Moses. Amarius Mims is also here. I don't know if he's gonna be here in real life, though. I guess I do see him mocked a decent amount to the Ravens, though. You know what? I don't think I've ever had Amarius Mims in a rebuild. We have a pretty big need at tackle now. Let's take him. Hidden dev, 91 strength, we'll take it. And with our 2nd round pick, there's some interesting options at receiver. Both Xavier Legette and Roman Wilson are still here. Ricky Pearsall, Malachi Corley. I don't know if I would take him that early, though. Jermaine Burton, he could be really good if I don't want to get into that. You know what? We'll go Roman Wilson. He'll be our new slot. I think he'll even start for us year 1 over Nelson Aguilar. I mean, Nelson Aguilar is just older. And Wilson could be better year 1. I can't remember what overall and dev trait I gave Roman Wilson, but we'll take him. He does have hidden, 94 speed, 95 excel. We'll take it. And last pick, I guess we still could go with a corner. I thought there would be a few better ones available, but honestly, most of our positions of need are kind of weak. Kind of a reach, but I guess we'll just go with Cam Hart. That works. Okay, this draft looks terrible on paper, but I just have lower overalls for this draft class, as I always feel the need to mention. Like this. The Seahawks also said fuck offensive line and linebacker, just like they are in real life. I guess they took a guard in the 5th round, but we definitely filled our needs. Cam Hart is a 69 overall. And then I just took depth for the rest of the draft pretty much. But yeah, new starting receiver, I said that out of order, but new starting tackle, new starting receiver. We'll take it, and let's get into year 1. But here we are heading into year 1. We're looking obviously really good with the addition of Derrick Henry, but we really don't have many holes. Our receiving core isn't the best outside of Zay Flowers, but hopefully Roman Wilson can do well this year. Rashad Bateman, I liked in college at Minnesota? Yeah, but he hasn't been great in the NFL. He's been pretty terrible. Maybe we can fix him though with star dev. He's still pretty young. The O-line is looking good. And then I tried to extend Malik Harrison. I just changed his contract to 2 years instead of 1. And for some reason, it still didn't keep him. Like, he was due for a contract, and I don't know. That was stupid, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Oh yeah, and also something interesting to watch for this rebuild is Trenton Simpson. Up to a 73 overall with star dev, only 23 years old. He could really turn into a monster here. We'll see. But let's get to the midseason point of year 1, and we will see how this team's doing. I really have no idea. Okay, well, we are 4-2 at the midseason point. Maybe I'm just too high on this Ravens team, but for such a run-heavy offense, they've never really had like a monster running back. They've had good running backs. But assuming Derrick Henry stays healthy, this team could be ridiculous. Probably better than 4-2, but I guess you never know. At least we have a winning record. I've seen a lot dumber shit happen in this game, and we do have the best run game in the league, as it should be. Oh my god. 6.1 yards per carry at the midseason. Usually, rushing isn't that good at the midseason, but pretty good here. We have some players to re-sign, though. Who do we have? Okay, we don't have a lot of money, but Rashad Bateman, Brandon Stevens, who's been pretty decent. Honestly, there isn't anyone I'm crazy about here. We'll have the 5th year for Kyle Hamilton and Tyler Linderbaum. Both of those are really cheap. Hopefully more money does free up and, you know, we can free up more money at the end of the year, but there isn't really anybody too crazy here. So let's get to the end of the season and we will see how we finish. Damn, the Chargers cut Mike Williams. I can't wait for the Ravens to sign him before I get this video uploaded. That'll be great. But in year 1, we finish 11-6. We at least make the playoffs, but I'm really surprised we weren't better. I guess we don't have the craziest roster in the league, but again, maybe I'm just too high on how good this team is going to be. I don't know. I'm always super high on the Ravens, but this offense could be insane. Also for dev traits, Amarius Mims has superstar. I'm not super high on him, but he does have a lot of potential. Roman Wilson only has star. I think Blake Fisher, he developed a lot, but I think he only has star. And then Cam Hart also has star, but also for some reason last year, Odafe Owe went up to superstar. I mean, we'll take it, but it was just kind of random. But let's check out our season stats. Again, this is going to be like the interesting part of this whole rebuild. So Lamar Jackson was good. Not many yards, 3,000, but 27 touchdowns, only 6 picks, 72% completion percentage. But now for the big one. He also only took 10 sacks. Damn. That might be the lowest amount I've ever seen. But now for the big part, the rushing. 1,600 yards and 16 touchdowns for Derrick Henry, 5.8 per carry. I kind of thought he would get more attempts, but still 5.8 is crazy. Lamar Jackson, almost 900 yards, 5 per carry, and 14 touchdowns. Keaton Mitchell wasn't very good, but the top 2 definitely were. No fumbles either. That's really weird. But Mark Andrews was our leading receiver with only 900 yards, 8 touchdowns. Bateman with 750. How does this work? Is our number 2 receiver actually our number 1? Because I made Wilson the slot, obviously. So should I put Zay Flowers as the 2? I don't know. That's weird. Zay Flowers did absolutely nothing. I guess he had touchdowns, but that's something. And yeah, the blocking was insane. We had 2 all-castration team members, which is my imaginary list of players that don't allow a sack in a season, as most of y'all know. Ronnie Stanley and Kevin Zeitler both allowed 0 sacks. That's crazy. Mims was pretty awful compared to all the others, but 6 sacks allowed for a rookie tackle is also really good, or at least good. But Roquan led the team with 102 tackles for loss, 15 for Owe, 14 for Madubuike, and sacks, 7.5 for Justin Madubuike, but only 6 for Odafe Owe. David Ojabo is, like, the worst in this game. I mean, as most pass rushers are, at least when I use them. And interceptions, 4 for Roquan and Brandon Stevens, 2 for Marcus Williams, and then 1 for a couple players. Brandon Stevens did really well. I wonder if he'll get a dev trait. Also, Roquan had 18 pass deflections. Simpson had 12. Were we on the field that much? I mean, they did have over 1,000 snaps, but that's a lot of pass deflections. But MVP goes to Dak Prescott, whatever. Caleb Williams on the Commanders at number 4 is a rookie. Drake May also up there on the Vikings as a rookie. Bears, I guess, stick with Justin Fields in this world. Don't know that I would do that, but he is a little overhated. I just completely missed Lamar at number 6. I don't know why, but he was up there. For Offensive Player of the Year, he was number 2. Derrick Henry at 6. I'm kind of surprised he wasn't higher. He probably just didn't have much receiving. DeForest Buckner wins Defensive Player of the Year. I feel like he wins at a decent amount. That's kind of weird. I mean, he's really good, but still. Roquan at number 9. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to A.D. Mitchell on the Dolphins. Do they really need another receiver? I guess they probably got him in the 2nd round, but still. Roman Wilson at number 7, even though he did, like, absolutely nothing. And Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Chop Robinson. So do they go edge in the 1st round in back-to-back seasons with Miles Murphy last year? That's something. I feel like they have bigger needs than edge, but sure. But definitely a good first season. I was kind of expecting a a little better, but I guess I can't complain too much about the playoffs. Really, only 3,000 yards passing wasn't even the worst in the league. Oh, the Bears only had 2,600. Okay. Also, it looks like Russell Wilson got benched and Kenny Pickett did well. Could happen. But let's simulate this game against the, I almost said Baltimore Raiders. I guess those are the two teams here, but let's see if we can take down the Las Vegas Raiders here. I legitimately almost said Oakland. I'm stupid, but let's see if we can get a win. And we surprisingly do. I thought for sure we were going to lose that game. We win 28-14. We kind of smoke them. We double their score. We get an upgrade for Tyler Linderbaum too, up to an 85. We'll take it. But we're going to be taking on the 84 overall Jacksonville Jaguars. It's kind of weird to see them in the playoffs. They usually don't make it. I guess maybe because I'm working on new rosters and I haven't gotten to the Jags, so they have the like inflated Madden overalls, but still interesting to see them. Travis Etienne is up to a 95 with morale. Oh yeah, they have him at like an 88, I think, or something crazy. I mean, he's good, but I don't know about an 88. But let's simulate this game against the Jags, and let's see what happens. I have bad memories with the Jags, but we do beat them here, 27-21. I feel like they've beat us in a lot of Super Bowls before. Like, I know I said we don't see them in the playoffs much, but I feel like if we do see them, we see them in the Super Bowl a lot of the time. It's weird. It's weird how that works. I guess they do well when I'm an NFC team. I don't know. I'm just yapping. We're going to be taking on the Buffalo Bills in the conference championship. I mean, these are two teams that have been good for the last while, last half a decade-ish, but just cannot seem to make a Super Bowl. But one of them are going to have to here. But we get an upgrade for Andrew Voorhees. He's almost up to an 80 overall already. He's developing like weirdly quick for someone who isn't that young even. I won't be too mad if we lose this game. I mean, they're an 86 overall too, and they're at home, so let's see what happens. And we destroy them 35-17, and we are going to have a Super Bowl rematch. This was my playoff bracket Super Bowl prediction. It was close. I mean, the 49ers obviously made the Super Bowl. The Ravens made the conference championship. And in my bracket, I predicted the 49ers to win, so hopefully that doesn't happen here. But let's see if we got any dev ups. We are in the Super Bowl week. They will have hit by now. I don't know who we would have gotten, but maybe someone. No. Okay, Brandon Stevens did get star dev. We'll take that. It's weird to see Kyle Hamilton. Doesn't he have X Factor? I don't know. He, outside of franchise, it shows him with X Factor, but when I go into franchise, like all dev traits are completely different. I don't know how to fix that. It's whatever. But we have a Super Bowl media day. It's crazy to be in the Super Bowl year one, but I guess that very well could happen. I'm really trying to jinx the Ravens this year. I'm sorry. But this is just the beginning. This is literally year one. But let's jump in against the 49ers and let's watch this game simulate. If we lose, it's not the end of the world, but we obviously need a Super Bowl win. But here we go in Super Bowl 59, I think, against the 49ers. This is going to be a tough one to win. I mean, they're an 89 overall to our 86, but anything can happen, so let's simulate this out and let's see if we can get a win. The 49ers score pretty easily, but we match it at 7-7, and we score again up 14-7 in the second quarter. They do score right before half to tie it, but we take the lead right back, 21-14. They tie it in the fourth quarter, but we are driving. We kick a field goal. They match it, and we are going into overtime. We kick a field goal, and unfortunately, did we win? No. They won with an overtime touchdown. You hate to see it, but it's only year one. But for re-signings, we do have a little more money. I don't know if that means we had a retirement or what happened, but I guess just maybe the cap expanded. Is that even a thing in Madden? I would hope it is. I don't even know. I should know, but I don't. We'll definitely re-sign Brandon Stevens. He was very good. He's really cheap. Let's just go very player friendly. 4 years, about 24 mil. He takes it. I wouldn't say that's super player friendly. I feel like he'll get more than that, but maybe not. Rashad Bateman, we really only use one receiver, and we really don't even use any receivers. We mostly just use Mark Andrews, but yeah, I don't think we're going to bring Rashad Bateman back to get like 500 yards next year. We'll pick up the 5th year for Kyle Hamilton and Tyler Linderbaum. We'll re-sign Kevin Zeitler. I mean, he was very, very good for us, and just kidding, he doesn't take it. Cool. How much is a tag? 20. We'll just try to re-sign him. Patrick Ricard will bring back. He takes it. But let's see what we can do in free agency. We definitely want to make a couple moves, but I don't know if we're going to go too crazy. It depends who's available. Ooh, we could honestly make 2 big cuts this year. Would this even be worth it though? Like, Ronnie Stanley played so well for us last year that I don't want to cut him to save 20 mil. If he played bad last year, I would definitely do it, but he literally allowed 0 sacks at left tackle. I think we're going to keep him. Marlon Humphrey though, how'd he do? 1 pick, 7 pass deflections. That's not bad, but that's not like great. But what would we do if we cut him? Oh, we can just just restructure him. I think we'll do that instead. Yeah, that's fine. Do I want to restructure and go crazy in free agency this year? I don't know. There wasn't anyone great. We might restructure next year, but we'll see. We are going to try to make 2 moves. It's going to be Rasul Douglas, which could be really, really cool. It isn't necessary because Brandon Stevens did really well last year. I just don't think he's going to repeat that, honestly. And Rasul Douglas is like an actual really good overall. So we'll try to bring him in. And then Kevin Zeitler, again, we're trying to bring him back. We're the only team interested in both of these players. Neither of them are crazy expensive. So let's see if they want to sign. And it looks like they both do. I know we just re-signed Brandon Stevens, but it wasn't for much money, so it's whatever. He can be our nickel corner, I guess. I don't know how much nickel he played this year, but this secondary is insane now. This whole team is looking pretty crazy. But let's get to the draft and let's see what we want to do. We don't really have that many problems with the team, but there are definitely a couple things we can fix. But in the draft, the Giants pick at number 1. Really? With the GOAT Drew Lock? Like, surely they'd get at least 6 wins. I don't know. I mean, I know he's not going to start this year, but I'm still sad the Seahawks didn't try to bring him back for some reason. Unfortunately for us, though, there are no good pass rushers this year. There were some good speed rushers, but that's not our scheme. The one decent-looking power rusher that I don't even know if he's that good. He doesn't look very good. Clark Rogers, I think we're going to take him just out of pure desperation. Again, I don't think he's going to be good, but what else am I going to do with this pick? There's some good-looking corners, but we have so many corners, and we need somebody there. I mean, anything's better than the 2.5 sacks that David Ojabo had last year. So let's go with Clark Rogers. Again, this is going to look like a terrible pick, but this is desperation. Let's take him. Normal dev, cool. I was hoping for at least hidden dev if he's going to be like a 72 overall. But I think I'm going to go with Tyler Hutchins. I don't know, the more I look at him, the less good I think he is, but I always look for B medium route for playmaker receivers, and he has elite acceleration. Deshaun Pinkney also looks pretty good, though. Doesn't have any elite traits, but I don't know. I guess he looks kind of just like a worse version of Tyler Hutchins. I guess he is a little faster, but again, the acceleration. I like elite traits. Let's go with Tyler Hutchins here. Hidden dev, 94 excel, 91 change of direction. We'll take it. He has like massive. Oh, he just has those weird. I hate those long sleeves. Or well, I guess those aren't the super long ones. Just when he crosses his arms look huge. I don't know. I'm yapping. Deshaun Pinkney is still here. You know, we could use a 4th receiver. I guess we hardly even use a receiver, so we shouldn't do that, but I guess we could. There's one guy later who's very interesting. There was a rebuild where I took like 3 of these guys. All of them sucked, and then there was one I missed out on, and he was actually good. But Trey Polk, he has A power moves, A tackle, but F block shedding, D play rec, 17 bench reps. I'm not going to take him yet, but I think I'll take him round 4. He could be good. He's probably terrible, but we might take a chance on him later. Last pick I'm going to show, I think we'll go with Quinn Edison. He looks decent, good strength, which is pretty good. Usually pass protectors have like at best decent strength. Probably going to be like a 75 overall, like every pass protecting guard is. He actually has hidden dev though. He might be better. We'll see. But let's get to the draft recap and let's see how we did. Okay, here's how we did in the draft. Honestly, the first pick wasn't as bad as I thought he would be. He's probably going to be only a 72 at outside linebacker though. That definitely wasn't a great pick. We're going to do something funny, I think. He's also wearing 69. Nice. Oh, he's a set. Ugh. Maybe we should just keep him at defensive end. Oh, God. I mean, at least it was the second to last pick in the first round, but that's gross. Tyler Hutchins is good, though. He's a 76. He's probably like a first-round talent. Got him at the end of the second, so we'll take it. Of course, I just had to open my mouth about Quinn Edison. I said he could be even better than a 75, because most pass-protecting guards are a 75, and he's a 74. Of course. What did I expect? But Trey Polk stayed the same overall, moving to outside linebacker, probably because he has 71 strength, but he actually has a hidden dev, and he's only 21. He's going to be our starter over Clark Rogers. So I wish we did something else with that first pick, but it's not like I was going to rely on a UDFA or a projected UDFA to actually be pretty good. Not that he's great, but I like the dev trait in that he's only 21. That sounds weird, but you know what I mean. And then I made every pick in this draft. The last one wasn't great, but Mike Allen, 75 overall, only normal dev, but 95 speed and 98 acceleration. I didn't even notice the acceleration. This dude looks crazy. I mean, our other receiver's better, but that's really good value for almost the 6th round. And then these picks or whatever, but Stephen Wallace at least has a hidden dev. It said he had B power moves. It's a 71. Why? But let's get into year 2, and we should be definitely better off than last year. But we are, of course, looking very good heading into year 2. The offense isn't super different from last year. It's not really different at all, other than Hutchins instead of, I can't remember his name. My excuse is I'm tired and I think I'm getting sick. So that's an L. Not Terrace Marshall. Why? I'm gonna look this shit up. I'm tired of being stupid. Rashad Bateman. Why couldn't I remember his name? I don't know. The defense is looking pretty different though. Do I want to start? I mean, Wallace won't play anyways, or at least not much, but I guess I'll start him a little bit because he has a dev trait. It'll mostly be Travis Jones playing though. But we of course added Rasul Douglas, and we are actually gonna start Trey Polk. So we'll see how he does. It's weird he's a power rusher with 80 speed, but 71 strength. I don't understand why he wouldn't be a speed rusher, but whatever, sure. I mean, I know he has better power moves, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it would be hard to have power with 71 strength. I don't know. But let's get to the midseason point. This very well could be a down year. Hopefully it isn't. And let's see how the team's doing. Okay, well, we are 6-1 at the midseason. I see Myles Garrett has 2 sacks on the season. That's something. Steelers fans will tell you that's how he actually played this year for some reason. But what's our one loss? It's gonna be stupid, isn't it? It's probably a division rival. I always go to stats or something stupid when I'm trying to check our schedule. I can never remember where it is. Our one loss is to the Vikings. They have Drake May, right? So they could be good at this point. I don't get the whole Drake May hate. I think he's really good. Although, to be fair, I guess I thought Zach Wilson would be good. But he did end up on the Jets, so I don't know if that was really fair to him. Anyways, who are we going to have to re-sign this year? We have 34 mil, which is that the most we've had at the midseason? It might be, but that still isn't enough. Mark Andrews, who do we want to prioritize here? I guess Derrick Henry, because he's, the focal point of this rebuild, will go 3 years, 45 mil, which is a lot more than the contract he's actually on in real life. He does take it though. And now I guess we'll re-sign our number 1 receiver in Mark Andrews. Justin Madubuike would still be under contract at this point. It's just Madden's stupid and you can't edit contracts outside of franchise. So I'll get his contract right. And that puts us 21 mil in the hole. You hate to see it. And we still have Odafe Owe, Keaton Mitchell, Travis Jones, Ronnie Stanley, Michael Pierce, and Kevin Zeitler to re-sign. All right, this might be a tough offseason. Hopefully we can finish this year strong. Let's see what happens. But here we are at the end of year number 2, and if you've seen one of these videos before, y'all know why we're here. If you haven't already, be sure to leave a like on the video. I would very much appreciate it. And again, if we can get to 3,000 likes, I will do another, I guess, off-season move themed rebuild, whatever y'all want to see. So let me know that down in the comments. And again, be sure to subscribe because I have a lot more like this coming up. So if you've enjoyed this video so far, most of my videos are like this. It'll make you an OG of the channel for when we inevitably hit 10 million subscribers. Definitely. But yeah, be sure to subscribe. Oh, Trey Polk has Superstar. Okay, that's massive. Now up to 82 power moves. Hopefully he gains some strength. I'm surprised he hasn't with power rusher upgrades, but we'll take the Superstar dev. But anyways, in year number 2, we finished 12-5 and we once again made the playoffs. Now, as for season stats, Lamar was very good once again this year. 3,400 yards, 25 touchdowns, only 5 picks, 75% completion percentage. That's crazy. Derrick Henry was very similar to last year, 1,600 yards, 5.8 per carry. What were his yardage totals last year? Oh, he had 4 more yards last year, but this year he had 6 more touchdowns. He had 22. Lamar, almost 800 yards, 4.5 per carry, 9 touchdowns. Of course, when we're using a different team, Lamar will win MVP every single year, but when we use him, I mean, he's good, but not like MVP caliber. But Mark Andrews, 940 yards, 7 touchdowns. And yeah, it just uses the number 2 receiver as the number 1. Tyler Hutchins, 840 yards and 4 touchdowns as a rookie. I wish he had more touchdowns. I don't think he's going to win Rookie of the Year off of that, but I guess you never know. Zay Flowers, 10 touchdowns, but not many yards. The blocking, everyone allowed 4 sacks. Linderbaum allowed 2. And then on defense, Roquan led the team with 112 tackles, 16 tackles for loss for Justin Madubuike. And sacks, of course, course, in a contract year, Odafe Owe gets 10. 7.5 for Madubuike again. Only 4.5 for Trey Polk as a rookie. Not great, but better than Ojabo last year. And interceptions, 3 for Humphrey, 2 for Williams and Hamilton, and then 1 for a couple players. Both of our linebackers. My controller stopped working for a second. It's been doing that lately. But MVP goes to Patrick Mahomes. Lamar at number 7. Jaden Daniels on the Broncos up there. So 3 rookie QBs up here for MVP this year. Of course, we had to get cucked at least once for a big award. Mahomes wins MVP, Henry at number 2. I hate getting second place for awards. We might as well not be up there at all. Like, I don't know. Lamar at number 5. The Chargers signed Najee Harris. That's something. Defensive Player of the Year goes to DeForest Buckner again. I mean, he's good, but why? Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Tim Marciano for the Chiefs. Hutchins at number 3. And Defensive Rookie of the Year, oh my God. Eli Meeks wins it for the Bills. Trey Polk at number 2. Of course. But we are up to an 88 overall team. We maybe should have even been better than 12-5, but it looks like we performed very well. Just again, a weak pass game, but we just don't pass much. We have a playoff blizzard though. That probably works pretty well for us going against the Chargers. So minus all movement ability, I'm sure that'll be great for a super run heavy team. I guess it really isn't easy to do much in the snow. And we have a decent amount of upgrades. Amarius Mims and Isaiah Likely get one. If we lose to the Chargers, we're gonna. I already know we're gonna. Let's simulate this game. We're 4 overall better. They only have an 81 defense to our 88. We have an 89 offense to their 87. Let's see what happens. We're at home too. I hate this game. I should have force-winned it. There's almost no scenario where the Chargers should win that game. I mean, I guess it's possible, but the fact that I knew it was gonna happen, it shouldn't happen. But the Eagles take down the Bills in the Super Bowl 21-14, and this, of course, is gonna be a tough off-season. We'll see if we can free up any money, but more than likely, we're gonna be losing a lot of players here. Maybe we can bring back a couple, but it's gonna be tough. So yeah, we still have negative 34 mil. Let's see how much money we can free up through restructuring. Okay, well, wait, it said we were able to free up 12 mil. Apparently that was a lie. We only have 330K. All right, let me see. Is there anyone we can cut? It literally said we had 12 mil in cap space. Okay, I think we are unfortunately gonna have to cut Marlon Humphrey. He did get X Factor though. This game really isn't making it easy on me. I don't really know why he got X Factor. I mean, 3 picks is pretty good, but we'll save 21 mil there. Is there anyone else we can cut? I mean, Ronnie Stanley's due for a contract anyways. Same with Michael Pierce. Not really. Wait, okay, no. I got worried Humphrey was also due for a contract and that wouldn't do anything, but do we re-sign Owe? He went up to X Factor. I just don't trust him to actually do well again. What are we going to do if we don't bring him back, though? We'll pick up the 5th year for Zay Flowers. It's going to be expensive, but we pretty much have to. Should we prioritize Ronnie Stanley over Odafe Owe? I know that might be crazy, but Ronnie Stanley has been very good for us. Better than he's been in real life over the last couple years. I mean, he's averaging 2 sacks allowed over the last 2 years. I know we're not that pass heavy, but this is a tough decision. I hate having to make decisions like this. Because if this were real life, obviously, we're going to re-sign a 27-year-old X Factor 86 overall pass rusher over a 32-year-old tackle, but Madden is like the furthest thing from real life. Because Owe did well last year, I just don't trust him to do well again this year. Stanley has been doing well though, and I trust him to. Whatever, we'll go with the more realistic move. We'll re-sign the younger player. Odafe Owe, 4 years, 80 mil. Can't wait for him to get 4 sacks next year. And then we can't afford anyone else. I guess we'll re-sign Jordan Stout. Just kidding. Okay. Let's just get straight to the draft. Maybe we can restructure Owe already and sign somebody else in free agency. We'll see. I restructured him and it said we had 21 mil. Where is that extra 12 mil in cap space? I'm so confused. It only freed up 6 mil and it made us go up to 21. I don't know what's happening. Maybe I'm just stupid. I don't know. But we at least have 9 mil. This is a very strong tackle class, but honestly, we don't really need a tackle. We'll get to why that is in a second. Plus, we can't afford any of them anyways. Let's try to re-sign Travis Jones just so we have somebody at defensive tackle. He's pretty good, and he does re-sign. Okay, cool. Now let's get to the draft. But in the draft, the Browns have the #1 pick. That's not a big surprise. They are absolutely screwed in terms of cap space. But what do we want to do at 24? Honestly, I don't know. I definitely don't love the lineman here. I guess we could go with a D D linemen, but I usually like to go with them later because I'm awful at taking defensive linemen. But let's go with a corner. We did just cut. God, names are just escaping me today. We literally just cut him. Marlon Humphrey. I'm stupid. Ooh. Okay, which corner should we go with? I kind of like Marcus Davis. Elite acceleration. Only C-man, but there is a chance Bush only has C-man. Probably has B-zone, or B-man. But Davis does have the better acceleration. I guess his change of direction. No, it's the same. Yeah, we'll go with the corner that has an A rating. He could be worse, but I don't see him being that much worse. Even if he is, maybe he has normal dev. I don't know. Hopefully not, but he probably does have normal dev. Let's go with Marcus Davis. Just kidding, he is hidden. That's all I need to say. Reverse psychology. I said that as weirdly as I could have. Reverse psychology. It's like hard for me to breathe right now. I'm dying. I thought my sore throat was just from talking so much during stream, but apparently not. Someone I know is sick, so I think I got it. That's great. That's just what I wanted during free agency when I want to make a ton of videos. Ooh, I kind of like Joey Spriggs, but I don't know about the pursuit. Well, I guess same with Josh Peterson. Yeah, fuck it. Let's go with Joey Spriggs. I mean, he could be bad. I don't know. He is 23. How old's Peterson? 22. Nah, I don't think Joey Spriggs is that good, actually. Ooh, Julius Hamilton, 4.86 speed with 42 bench reps? Sure. Hidden dev, 95 strength, 75 speed, 84 excel. Damn. I sounded like Marge Simpson there or something, at least to me. I feel like I'm feeling worse and worse as this rebuild goes on. I don't know if it's because I'm getting sicker or if I'm playing Madden. Probably both. Why do I feel like I've already made 2 picks? Like before that defensive tackle. I know we haven't, but I feel like it. But last pick, let's go with Juan Hitchens, I think. He has a few A ratings, great strength. We'll take him. Only normal dev. That's fine. He'll be a backup either way. Let's see how he did in the draft. But this was a decent draft. I guess it was better than last year's, but we also had slightly better picks. Marcus Davis is only a 76. I thought he could be better than that. Oh, he just has really terrible man. Okay, that's C. I feel like that should be D. I was thinking C man would be like 71 or something. I guess that's not too far off, but still. Also only 67 press. Okay, well, a 76 is good value, but I thought he would be even better. Julius Hamilton is definitely really good, though. 76 overall with hidden dev. Was he the best defensive tackle? There was probably a better one. Again, I'm terrible at drafting defensive tackle. Damn it, Zach Grant was good. I looked at him, and I figured because he was so far down the board, he wouldn't be as good, but he was the best corner. That's tough. But it does look like we got the best defensive tackle available to us, so that's cool. Spriggs was a 75. He wasn't bad. And then Hitchens was fine. I wish he had a dev trait, but 74 overall. And then the CPU pick, a running back. Yay. This linebacker looks pretty good. 71 with hidden dev. And then this tight end. Ooh, a blocking tight end. What's his dev trait? He does have hidden. Okay, that's interesting. We'll see what that dev trait is. As I always say, look for blocking tight ends later in the draft with elite strength, A awareness, and A blocking. Doesn't have to be every blocking stat, but at least one of them. Or as close as that as you can, or as close to that as you can get, because they're usually pretty good. And a lot of them have either superstar or X factor. Not all of them, but a good amount of them. But anyways, let's get into year 3 and we will see how the team's looking. Probably not as good of an overall as last year, but a lot younger. Okay, here we are heading into year 3. We're looking good. The O-line, like I said, we were prepared to lose Ronnie Stanley and Kevin Zeitler, who I'm pretty sure did just retire, which is fine. He was very old. But we're just going to start Blake Fisher at right tackle and Edison at right guard. I'm not too worried about the O-line here, at least in terms of pass protection, because we just don't pass that much. Also moved Amarius Mims over to left tackle. We'll see how that goes. I wouldn't be shocked if one of these guys allowed a lot of sacks, one of the tackles, but we'll see. And then the defense is looking good. We got Hamilton at defensive tackle, Davis at corner. Hopefully Trey Polk can play better this year. We'll see, because he could become really good with that superstar dev. Trenton Simpson still hasn't really developed too much, though. Hopefully he can soon. I don't know. But let's get to the midseason point, and we will see how we're doing in year 3. Okay, well, we do regress back to 4-2 like we were year 1, but it could be worse. I kind of thought we were going to be terrible this year, and we aren't great. Ooh, our offense is pretty terrible. That's tough. We have 6 total sacks on defense, and somehow that's not dead last. Like, sacks are way too low in this game. Yet I somehow feel like offensive linemen allow too many. It's weird. I don't know. I guess we've only played 6 games, but 1 per game isn't exactly great. I don't know. We'll just hope we get better this year. We'll probably regress a ton in the second half of the year, but hopefully we don't. The Dolphins are 0-7. Not going great for them. But who do we have to re-sign this year? We might have money? I lied. Okay. We have Kyle Hamilton, Tyler Linderbaum, Marcus Williams, Trenton Simpson, Andrew Voorhees, Rasul Douglas. Awesome. That's cool. Also, wait, I think I can cheat and reveal this dev trait. This is a guy I signed from the Jets practice squad just for depth. It's star. Okay. You hate to see it. What can we do? Like, we're kind of just stuck exactly where the Ravens are in real life. Good, but not good enough for a Super Bowl win. I don't know what to do. We'll see. Let's get to the end of the year. We're probably going to need at least one new safety. We'll try to bring Hamilton back, but I don't know if we can bring Williams back too. If Linderbaum isn't interested, I don't think we can bring him back either, because we would have to overpay the shit out of him. Voorhees and Simpson, we should be able to bring back. They're both really cheap. Same with Douglas, maybe? I don't know. There's no point in speculating. Let's just get to the end of the year. We'll worry about how we finish this year for this year. We'll worry about the re-signings later. Let's get to the end of the year. Hopefully we don't choke, but we probably will. My guess is 9-8. Okay, nope, bad prediction, but I'm happy about it. We finish 14-3 in year number 3. I used to be pretty good at predicting like fall-offs at the mid-season, but I don't know. It seems different now. I'm not good at predicting it anymore. I mean, I'm glad we went 14-3, only lost one more game, but Lamar Jackson, his best season so far, only 3,300 yards still, but 32 touchdowns, only 5 picks, 75% completion percentage. Maybe finally an MVP? Probably not, but maybe. Derrick Henry is finally slowing down a little bit. I said finally like I'm happy about it, but he was performing way too good for being a running back in his 30s. What number is he going to wear? Is he just going to keep 22? Do they have a 22? I don't know. Well, it's not available right now. We'll give him 24, sure. But Lamar had almost 1,000 yards rushing, 5.4 per carry, 9 touchdowns. Really not much receiving at all. I mean, it was well spread out this year, but at least Andrews had 13 receiving touchdowns. The blocking, okay, Amarius Mims wasn't great, but the rest of the line held up really well. Quinn Edison joins the all-castration team. We'll take it. We've had a lot of new members today, but Roquan Smith led the team with 116 tackles, tackles for loss, 14 for Polk and Hamilton, and sacks. This game is super well made, by the way. This is a multi-billion-dollar company. 5.5 sacks for Justin Madubuike. Did I ever call it with Odafe Owe? He had 3 sacks at an 88 playing up to a 90 with X Factor. I might cry. This game sucks so bad. Oh my god. I mean, Roquan had as many sacks as Owe. A sack and a half for Trey Polk. Fuck off. This game sucks. For interceptions, we had 2 for Hamilton and Douglas, and then 1 for 3 players. MVP goes to Caleb Williams, Lamar at number 3. Offensive player of the year goes to Josh Jacobs, still on the Raiders. Oops. Lamar at number 2. Defensive player of the year goes to another Raider, of course, Max Crosby. Offensive rookie of the year goes to David Spillman for the Patriots. Niles Roach at number 7. And defensive rookie of the year goes to Jalen Stallworth for the Titans. No Ravens. What do I do about our defense? Like, I don't want to change our defensive playbook because it's been good, but like, that's ridiculous. That's so stupid. How many total sacks did we have? We had 17, which was the least in the league, or tied for it, with this as our front 7. I mean, it's not like the best in the world, but Odafe Owe up to a 90, Polk up to a 78 with Superstar, Madubuike up to an 87. Like, that's tough. But let's see who we are going to be taking on in the divisional. Surely we will win this game. Oh, God. The Jags actually have a better overall team than us somehow at an 87 overall. We're 14-3, though, so we should win this game, but I guess I can't complain too much if we lose because they have the better roster. Let's just see what happens. Okay, we smoke them when they have the better roster. Cool. We win 28-10. I can't complain about a win, but I just feel like complaining right now, so I don't know. And we are going to be taking on the only 11-6 Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, they're a 90 overall, but only 11-6. So let's see what happens here. We lose 35-14, but that's fine. They had a 4 overall better team. And it's going to be a real-life Super Bowl rematch. Again, it's going to be Chiefs versus 49ers. I'm guessing the 49ers will get revenge. Maybe not, though. They're pretty bad in this game, usually. Just kidding, that's all I needed to say. They do win 36-21. Weird score. But trying not to be demoralized heading into the final year, let's restructure some deals and we will see how much we can get out of cap hell. Oh, and Derrick Henry actually did retire. Okay, so this final year might be tough. It's going to be our first year without Derrick Henry, which is probably realistic. He might retire this year in real life. I don't mean like this current year in real life. I mean in 2026 7 or whatever this is. We'll see. Damn, this has been a harder rebuild than I expected. Even after all those restructures, we don't even have 8 mil in cap. We have 7.9 mil, and I don't think we can bring back anybody. I mean, we could bring back Trenton Simpson or Andrew Voorhees, but they're replaceable. I guess we could bring Rasul Douglas back, but we might look to upgrade there. This is just tough. We can't bring Kyle Hamilton back or Tyler Linderbaum or Marcus Williams. I was hoping we could bring at least one of those 3 back, but none of them. Let me see, is there a cut we can make? Because we might have to. I want to restructure Lamar, but we can't this year. It must be the final year of his deal or heading into it. I don't know. Cutting Matabuike would save us 20 mil. Has he been worth 20 mil? He's been like our best pass rusher for a few years, but that isn't saying a lot. Our pass rush has been awful. He's been good, but has he been 20 mil per year good? Or I guess he's getting more than that this year, but it would save us 20 mil. Okay, well, this might be controversial, but I do think we are going to cut him. How good has Kyle Hamilton been? Not crazy good. A couple picks per year. It's crazy to me this team is this expensive. Who are we paying? We're paying Lamar. I guess we're paying Zay Flowers this season. Maybe I shouldn't have picked up his 5th year. And Mark Andrews. And Justin Matabuike, of course. And Travis Jones, but that isn't much. I don't know. Whatever. Let's re-sign. Now, let's get into free agency and let's see if we can get a good corner. I guess we'll see. Or a safety or something. Maybe we should also just cut Justin Matabuike and sign a ton of pretty good players. I don't know. This is way harder than I expected, though. Rasul Douglas is the best corner in free agency, so I guess we'll just try to get him back. Oh, he doesn't resign. How about now? Okay, he does. We might be ending this rebuild off on a bad note. Hopefully not, but let's see what we can do in the draft. Ooh, Edison went up to superstar. The rare offensive lineman dev trait. He won best O lineman. Okay, cool. But in the draft, we pick at number 30. I want to make a trade heading into next year, but I'm not going to give up like our 1st round pick. I might give up next year picks, which is maybe cheating because we won't use those regardless. I don't know, but there's still things we have. I might do that, but at number 30, it's a tough call of what we should do here. There are a lot of needs at this point. Okay, maybe it's not hard. I didn't look close enough at Donovan Gray. He ran a 4.33. He's only the 3rd fastest strong safety. Excuse me? Maybe the others got taken already, but I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it updates when players get taken, like the rankings for other players, and sometimes it doesn't. Maybe they're free safeties and it just shows strong safeties for some reason. I don't know. We're going to take Donovan Gray. A man, A awareness, A play rec. Not the best against the run, but not bad. We're going to take him. Hidden dev, 94 speed, a 4.33 and a 4.31 is apparently only 94 speed, 91 excel. I love this game. And let's see. I guess we're just going to have a shit pass rush again, but what else is new? A rookie definitely. Well, a rookie could save that. Rookies do better than any other type of pass rusher in this game, low-key. Unless they're already like a 99 overall, and sometimes those guys don't even do well. Greg Landry looks pretty good, because I think that would play into our plan. He would be pretty necessary. This is like a hard rebuild. I didn't know it would be. There's some good guards, though. Peter Novak is a straight-up first-round talent. Philip Cooper looks pretty good. Drew LeBlanc looks pretty good, too. We'll just go with the defensive tackle. Let's go with Greg Landry. He might not be great, but he looks pretty good. The more I look at him, the less I am sure that he's good, but he looks pretty good. Honestly, Raphael Glover might be better. I don't know, because he's faster and stronger, and at least he has for sure be power moves. Landry might not. I don't know. This is tough. We'll go with Landry. Hidden dev, cool. And let's see, last pick, I guess we'll just go with Devontae Walden. He looks pretty good. Elite speed and excel. I mean, I don't know if 4.65 is elite, but apparently he has good ratings from what I can tell. He might not be great, but it's the late 3rd. We'll take a chance. Normal dev, but good speed, great excel. We'll take it. And let's see how we did. Hopefully better than I'm expecting. Okay, well, very different first 2 picks. Donovan Gray is an 80. That was like the minimum I saw him being. I thought he could be like an 82 or 3 even, but yeah, just not a great run defender. Only 74 pursuit. The tackle's pretty good. The hit power's okay, but we'll take an 80. I mean, that's really good, obviously. Is the 3rd best player in the class. There was a better safety. I mean, he went before we could take him, but Jay Young looks even better. Oh, so he was one of the faster guys. He probably had a slower 40 time, though, knowing this stupid-ass game, but, well, maybe not. Ooh, the center in the 3rd round, too. Unfortunately, though, that's about where the good picks stop. Greg Landry's only a 71. That's why I was a little worried about taking him. He sucks. His A to C block shedding was apparently a C at a 70. I wonder if he goes up at defensive end. Probably not, because he's not a very good pass rusher. No. Well, that's tough. I don't know if we can do our plan. This might be a terrible final year. Oh, no. Devontae Walden's a 74. Of course, no dev trait, but he'll probably go down to a 73 at middle linebacker. No, he stays at a 74. And then the rest of the draft was whatever. I made these 2 picks. Patterson sucks, but Gaffney also sucks, but he has 99 speed, so that's interesting. Let's get into the final year of the rebuild. I tried my best. But we're going to give a 5th round pick for Chase Bennett from the Raiders. This isn't the trade I was going to do. I was going to trade for a running back, but we don't really need to do that anymore. I'll show why in a second, but Chase Bennett is only 23 with star dev. We're doing this because, you know, I may or may not have forgotten to draft a center. We had so many needs that I just forgot how many needs we had. But here's a look at the team heading into the final year of the rebuild. It is certainly a team. On a positive note, like we said, Edison got superstar dev, and Jefferson, the blocking tight end, did have X factor. I don't know what we're gonna do with him, but maybe something. Can you play offensive line? He actually unironically probably wouldn't be that bad of an overall on the offensive line. That's not realistic, so we're not gonna do it, but yeah, you would be a 64 overall tackle. That's way better than a tight end should be at tackle without gaining literally any weight. But for a running back, I think we're just going to go with David Montgomery. He was like the best free agent running back available. We also did sign J.K. Dobbins, but I don't think he's very good in this game. And then the defense is... defense, it's only an 84 overall. We really only have 3 really good players, and the only one who actually plays well out of those 3 is Roquan Smith. Actually, Madubuike is pretty good, but hopefully Owe does better than 3 sacks this year. I wonder if I called that. I might have called that. Wait, when we were re-signing him, I might have said, can't wait for him to get 3 sacks this year. I need to watch that back later. Maybe I just know this game too well. I don't know. I wish I didn't. I'm such a negative Nelly. I don't know if I've ever used that term in my life, but it's true. And Trey Polk, 87 power moves. Can't wait for him to get a sack and a half again, or he'll probably pop off and double it and get a whole 3 sacks. Ooh, watch out. We'll be cooking now. 6 from OA too. Ooh, imagine. Damn. Oh, I should also start. I'm lazy, so I'll just put Hamilton at defensive end. There we go. But let's just get straight to the end of year number 4. I feel like we might miss Derrick Henry very heavily. We'll see. Oh my God, the Titans gave Calvin Ridley 92 mil over 4 years. That might be the worst contract I've seen this offseason. That's a lot of money for a guy who looked like he took a step back last year. I mean, compared to the last time he played, like that's... They needed a receiver, the Titans did, but that's a lot of money. I don't know if I would do that. But in year number 4, we finish 11-6. And we make the playoffs once again. I'm kind of surprised we made the playoffs because this is, oh God, this is the worst roster we've had so far. Why is our defense that bad, though? Like, I know the team isn't great. We'll go over the season stats. Let's see. Lamar was very good. Again, David Montgomery wasn't great. Did hit 1,100 yards, but only 3.8 per carry, 10 touchdowns at least. Zay Flowers, a lot of receiving this year. Weird. Okay, 1,100 yards and 11 touchdowns for Flowers. 900 yards, 11 touchdowns for Mark Andrews. Unfortunate ratio there. Mims was pretty bad at tackle, and Edison was pretty bad after being really good last year. Not that 6 sacks is terrible, but from right guard, it's not great. Roquan, 110 tackles, led the team, 109 for Eric Ealy. TFL's 15 for Madubuike, 13 for Hamilton, 11 for Owe, and sacks. Pretty good call. Pretty good call. I said Owe would double his total from last year, which is a whopping 6 sacks for a guy who's a fucking 89 overall. I hate this game. 5.5 sacks for Madubuike, 5 for Hamilton, a whole 2 for Trey Polk. So I almost got it perfect if he had 1 more sack. And then interceptions, 2 for Stevens, Davis, and Douglas, 1 for Roquan. I'm changing our defensive playbook. I know it was good last year, but it didn't look good, and it was bad this year, so why not change it? The Bears had 10 passing touchdowns. I meant to switch to defense so I could check sacks. They also had 14 sacks on defense. Let's go with the Steelers defense. They had a lot of sacks. They were bad, but they had a pretty good defense. Nah, let's go with all reliable. Ow, that hurt. We are gonna go Tampa Bay. I like it a lot. It usually plays pretty well for me, so we'll use it. I mean, I guess it could be worse, but even if it's worse, it would be hard for it to be much worse, because we were, what, 28th? Oh, and also, I thought Gray would have star. He has X Factor. He didn't develop much throughout the year. He might as well have had star, but up to an 84, 85 with morale, we'll take it. Ooh, is Lamar a full 99? He is. That's crazy. I was like, he has an upgrade point left over. I mean, there are still things that could upgrade, but it doesn't let you for some reason. But anyways, should I force win this game? I might, because that would be such a lame way to finish off this rebuild. Losing to the 84 overall Jets. I mean, they're not bad here, but we're better. I'm going to force win this game. I don't care if that's lame. I just feel like it, okay? We're the better team. We're at home. We deserve to win when we're the better team. I'll only do it for this round, depending on if we're like a much better team than the team in the divisional. We'll see. We have a weak link scenario. Shocker. The Seahawks signed Rayshon Jenkins. Can't wait to see that they signed him for 10 mil per year. Well, I know what we need to do on defense here, but what do we have the best chance of doing? I guess slowing down. What team is it? It's the Jets. Slowing down the run? I don't know. But we know what's going to happen here. Let's get a win, thankfully. We beat them barely 21-16. And okay, I'm definitely not going to force a win here. We are going to be taking on the 12-5, 87 overall Buffalo Bills. If we lose this game, I definitely can't complain. We do get an upgrade for Donovan Gray. We'll take it. But we have a recap for the weak link. It doesn't look like we hit it, but that's fine. We at least got a win. I had to force it, but we deserved it. But let's simulate this game against the Bills, and thank you all so much for watching. Just kidding, we won. Our defense held them to 6 points. Was it just a defensive playbook issue? Maybe, but Odafe always going to be up to a 90. Yay, like that matters. Maybe it'll make him play even worse. But we're going to be taking on the 10-7, but 88 overall LA Chargers. They're definitely very good here. Again, I'll be fine if we lose this. It'd be cool if we won, but no, that's fine. At least we played close. That's how it should have been. It's gonna be a Chargers and Commanders Super Bowl. Well, let's see how that shit show goes. The Chargers win by 1 point, 29-28. I'm sure it was some blocked extra point returned for something that got the Chargers that 1 point. But this has been maybe the most insane rebuild I've ever done. This has been the most unexpectedly hard rebuild I've ever done. I didn't realize the Ravens get screwed so bad in the future from their cap, but I guess it kind of makes sense. But we definitely turned this into one of the best looking backfields of all time. We couldn't get them a ring, unfortunately, but it is what it is. But thank you all so much for watching. Again, be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed me rambling for like an hour, and subscribe for more, because pretty much all my rebuilds are just like this, and expect a ton of fun stuff coming up soon. But thank you all so much for watching, and with that, I will see y'all again in the next video. Goodbye.